Paul, Logan Paul, any of the Pauls, I don't care. Bring it.
What's up everybody, welcome back to Mega Shadow and welcome to the very first episode of a new series that I'm doing on my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube Boxing Retrospective. In these videos I'll be going over the complete history of YouTube boxing from when it first started to now. I'm doing this in an episodic style as there are some different eras of YouTube boxing in my opinion. There's also certain things I want to cover specifically in these eras, as hence why this is a retrospective. In this video, we will be specifically going over the 2017 to 2018 era of YouTube boxing, where it all started and its humble beginnings. With this series, it's going to take a while to make new episodes as these are all big videos. I might compile these all into one big video once I get every episode out, but of course we'll just see what happens. With that being said, I hope you all enjoy this first episode, and also if you want to be notified for more new episodes, please subscribe and hit the bell as always. But anyways, let's get straight into the complete history of YouTube boxing, and we are going back to the very beginning. On August 2nd, 2017, a video was uploaded by British YouTuber Joe Weller called Boxing Match, Joe Weller vs Malfoy, who was also known as Theo Baker. This wasn't like an actual event with like a full stadium or arena, but it was just some normal YouTube video. At the time, no one ever knew this video would have sparked a new trend within the YouTube scene. As we all know, Joe Weller ended up winning the fight against Theo Baker. At the end of the video, Joe Weller called out anyone from the YouTube community for a fight. Joe Weller even posted a photo on Instagram announcing the fight, and you guessed it, British YouTuber KSI commented under the post with a comment saying, "Let me fight the winner." He did it as a joke at first, but then it actually became more serious than it was intended. The KSI vs Joe Weller fight eventually got announced to be happening early next year on February 3rd, 2018 at the Copper Box Arena. There was a lot of hype for this fight and a lot of press conferences went ahead. A lot of back and forths and memorable moments came from these times, like the press conference they did at Upload. Going into this fight, KSI was the underdog as he really hasn't had any athletic experience going in. He was just known as the fat FIFA gamer kid, and people believed that Joe Weller would easily destroy him. However, things took a turn after months and months went by. On January 31st, 2018, KSI released a music video for his new song Uncontrollable, where he revealed his physique and showed everyone he was actually taking this fight seriously. I guess the song was somewhat of a diss track towards Joe Weller, but I guess I feel like JJ just wanted a ring lock song, so we just made that song. Eventually the fight between KSI and Joe went on. KSI ended up winning by third round TKO and surprising everyone. This moment was very historical as well, as this was the moment JJ would call out the two Paul brothers who were very big on YouTube at the time.
Obviously, man's got this belt right now. If any YouTuber wants it, you can come get it. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, any of the Pauls, I don't care.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where things take a turn. The clip where JJ called out the Paul brothers went pretty viral that even the Pauls had gotten a hold of it. At first they were playing around with the whole idea of doing a boxing match as they wanted to do MMA as they both thought boxing was soft. Also, they both did high school wrestling, so I think they had a more athletic advantage over KSI, which is why they wanted to do MMA mainly. KSI's little brother Deji, who was also a big YouTuber at the time, was getting involved with this, and he even called both the Paul brothers out as being pussies. This caused Deji also to get involved as Jake didn't take it lightly. While this is all going on, no one other than Keemstar makes a tweet about an idea of a fight between the Olatunji brothers versus the Paul brothers. The fights would be Deji vs Jake Paul and KSI vs Logan Paul. This blew the internet by storm and many people actually wanted to see this matchup. Eventually contracts got signed and the fight went ahead. A whole event was created that even other YouTubers got involved in the undercard like FaZe Sensei, Anisan Gibb, etc. So now the fight was on for August 25th, 2018 at the Manchester Arena. This was where YouTube boxing promo was at its peak. Many back and forths between the Paul brothers and the Olatunjis happened through diss tracks, press conferences, YouTube videos, and even some other stuff. This all just felt like a reality show and we as the viewers were all just watching it happen. A lot of people back then considered this cringe at the time, but now looking back, everyone is appreciating this moment as this is what actually got YouTube boxing as big as it is today. Anyways, the fights went on. Deji vs Jake Paul was the co-main, of course. Jake ended up winning the fight by round 5 TKO as Deji gassed out and didn't have a proper training camp at the time. This would initially become the redemption of Jake Paul and his road to his boxing career. Jake Paul would call out big celebrities like Chris Brown or Soulja Boy to fight him, as he knew those were big money fights for him at the time. Then of course the main event, KSI vs Logan Paul. Going into the fight, JJ had to bulk up a little as Logan Paul naturally was a bigger guy. KSI fought at a heavier weight than the Joe fight, which could have probably affected his performance a little. The fight did end up being a majority draw, which would then initiate a rematch to happen sometime soon between the two. There was also some other fights on this undercard. Anisan Gibb, who is a well-known influencer boxer in present day, was also competing on this event. He also competed on the first event, KSI vs Joe Weller, in the undercard against Max Plays. He of course won that by round 2 TKO. In the KSI vs Logan Paul undercard, he would be fighting another YouTuber, Jay Swingler. Jay Swingler performed decently, but Gibb was still able to win by decision, but he was able to do it in a dominant fashion. From this, Gibb would become a big name in the influencer boxing scene and would eventually call out people like Jake Paul or Joe Weller, but we'll get into all of that as the series progresses. Face Sensei, also an OG in the scene, went up against Overflow on the same card. He was able to win the fight by 3rd round TKO and was solidified as one of the top dogs in the scene at the time. Face Sensei would also help train KSI and Deji for their fights since he's been in the combat sports game for a while, even before the whole YouTube boxing thing popped off. There's also some other fighters that made their debut appearance on this card, and others that we never saw again. However, the event as a whole was a massive success. It became known as the biggest amateur boxing match of all time. This brought a lot of eyeballs even from the professional fight fans as well. KSI vs Logan Paul made up to $5.5 million, and the arena was overall sold out. This is truly the beginning of the rise of YouTube boxing, as many other celebrities and YouTubers will jump on this trend in the next coming years. And this was episode 1 of the YouTube Boxing Retrospective. I know it wasn't much, but this is the beginning of this series, and there will be more episodes to come. Episode 2 will be going into the rematch between KSI and Logan, and everything else that happened during that specific time period. Thank you all for watching this video. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to never miss out on new videos. I will try my best to get these out consistently whilst working on other videos, of course, so please bear with me. If you want more updates and such, you can follow my Twitter at itsmegashadow, as it's always linked below in the description. In general, let me know other video ideas in the comments below for me to cover in between these videos. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I am Megashadow, signing out. Peace.